Hi YouTube, it's me around there Crosswell. Today we're ranking 2.0 VHs today because obviously I'm pretty excited to rank them because obviously I've literally given myself a few weeks to think, should I start ranking them? Well, today I'm definitely am because obviously I can't wait, because at the moment I haven't done that yet. I haven't ranked them before and obviously you guys have been so desperate for it to happen, so I'm definitely doing it today, but obviously it won't take me long to do because I know there's literally 16 of them, so I'm going to have to speed through them really quickly, so you guys are on there forever, so let's get to it, shall we? So our first one is Sheena. Well, the thing is, I do like Sheena because she's Zen related and plus she looks very chilled and relaxed, but the problem is, her personality, Peppy, I don't think it suits her that well, only because I thought she was going to be sisterly when it comes to looking at the 2.0 vision person, because we didn't know what their personality traits were at the time, and plus we had a lot of guesses, didn't we? Well, it's a shame she's a Peppy though, because obviously she looks very chilled to me, because I've seen Sheena a lot. She's very chill, and I think because she's got that chilled, relaxed sort of personality, she should have been sisterly at the start. But what I'm going to probably say is that I'm going to give her a 10 out of 10 because she's one of my favourite 2.0 VHs, and plus, I bet she's one of your favourites as well, isn't it, on the screen? And plus, I recommend you guys going high or low, if you do it on tier maker or not. I don't know, but let's get to the next one. So our next one is Riya. Well, the thing is, Riya makes me laugh sometimes. When she says this sort of little one, it makes me feel like she feels like she's more popular and cool, and she thinks she's better than everybody else. But I think she could have a fan base at some point, And she's kind of funny as well, because sometimes if you look at her colour scheme, she looks very vibrant. Because she's got all those very primary and secondary colours all mixed together. I wish she got to be tier 1, but she's not tier 1, isn't she? And I feel really bad for her a little bit, because one thing, being out as a Peppy, she's a better version of all the Peppy videos because she looks so, iconic. I like saying that word a lot, but that's what she's like. At the same time, I'm going to give her a 10 out of 10 because she's one of my favourites, and I wish she was tier 1, So I hope you guys give her a high or a low. But if you guys do like her, then go high. If you don't, go low. Okay, let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Chadwick. The thing is, he's so adorable. I do really like Chadwick, and I wish I had his Mimo card, because one thing is, he's so adorable and sweet. I wish one day I can have him on my island, because Chadwick's got a little personality with him, and also he has got the lazy personality type that makes me feel like, yeah, I am my lazies. They're funny, but they don't like doing sports, and I know what that means when it comes to jock fear, just forcing them to do stuff. But for me, the only thing that stands out, if you can see, is his headphones, because the headphones look like Vodafone, the little ball band company that runs the whole thing when it comes to mobiles and all that stuff. That's what they sort of look like, because the colour scheme of them is red and white. And that's the only thing that makes him stand out even more, because he wears headphones. Not all penguins have headphones, well, Chadwick does, and I like that he wears them because it makes him stand out even more. He looks so different from some of the penguins, and the thing is, I'm going to give him a high, which is going to be a 10, because he's one of my favourites, and I wish I had him on my island right now, because I always feel good that I don't have him on the island, because Chadwick is so sweet and adorable. I wish I had him already, Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Sasha. Well, the thing is, Sasha is, a lazy villager, even though I predicted to myself that Sasha should have been a Perry villager and a female, because one thing, there was just too much speculation going around it. I couldn't even deal with it for myself, because I didn't know what to believe. I thought it was quite wrong that Sasha was a boy, because I didn't know why, but it just came to me, and I thought, well, when I was looking at Sasha, I think Sasha looked more like a girl in my face, but then everyone else said boy, and then all of a sudden it didn't make any sense, because Sasha's girl is also a girl's name, not a boy name. So really, you got to see the two sides between it. That's why there was so much speculation going around it, and that's the reason why I've given Sasha an 8, because if it wasn't for too much speculation, I would have given Sasha a high. For real, 10 out of 10 tops I would have done. So that's what I mean. So let's get back to the next one. So our next one is Pedro. The thing is, Pedro is a snooty villager, and obviously sometimes snooty villagers are normally the ones that I'm not really keen on, but Pedro is actually okay with me, because Pedro looks so, unique. She looks like an evil scientist, 'cause every time you go in her house and she's going to try and being an evil scientist, do some evil experiments. But that's what she looks like. She looks like an evil scientist in my face. That's why I'm giving her a 9, because I love her design so much. And I wish one day everyone will probably appreciate and give her like a going to like tier 1, you know, because I have not seen her in tier 1 yet, and I feel really bad for poor Petrie because everyone loves Petrie and I do as well. So yeah, I wish one day she goes up there sometime, but let's see, okay. So our next one is Milo. Well, the thing is, he looks like a secret agent straight away because I like his design. It looks like black and white. But for me, when it comes to black and white villagers, I'm not really a big fan of them. But Milo, I am, because Milo is, you know, a cranky villager, and cranky villagers are alright with me, as long as they haven't got a bad temperament. Because sometimes some of the cranky villagers have a bit of a bad temperament. That's why I keep giving them loads. But for Milo's sake, he's getting a high from me, which is definitely going to be a 9 out of 10, because one thing is, if I do give him a 9 out of 10, he deserves it, because Milo, my boy, you are so special in my heart, and I wish I had you on my island at some point. That's what I mean, really. But let's get to the next one, shall we? So my next one is Zoe. Well, the thing is, Zoe's like, you know, a very sweet villager, isn't she? But I wish one day she gets into tier 1, because I know she's been in, like, you know, one previous game in the Animal Crossing franchise, but obviously she hasn't been in much, has she, lately? But obviously for me, I do like her house interior. It's a bit different to all the other house interiors, but it looks quite, you know, good and combined, and plus it has a few partition walls on it as well. But obviously I will try to do like a facts on villagers on her at some point, but not at the moment. But I'm probably going to give her probably around a 9 out of 10, because she's quite, you know, she does quite different to some of the anteaters, because some of the anteaters, they look quite, you know, samey, but she's not samey. She looks quite, you know, beautiful and sweet, and that's what I mean by that. So let's get to the next one. So our next one is Faithful. The thing is, she's a sisterly villager, which means she's a bit like, you know, one of those big sister ones that or YouTube villagers that everyone keeps calling them about. But the thing is, for me, I feel like Faith needs some, like, you know, some help, because I know for sure I do like her design very much, because it looks like a Hawaiian sort of tropical, like, you know, koala. But the thing is, I wish she was, like, you know, popular at some point, but she's not really that popular, unfortunately, which makes me feel really sad for her a little bit. You know, I got to show some empathy with her, really, but at the same time, I'm going to give her probably a 6, because I do love her, but the problem is I wish that one day everyone accepted her, because I know sometimes I don't see Faith that often in videos sometimes. I feel really sorry for her a little bit. That's what I mean by that. So let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Fred. Well, the thing is, Fred's like, you know, a cranky villager, but obviously he looks like he's the father of, you know, Goldie and Benjamin, because they're all like the same dog in the same species. But for me, the only thing that I have to say about him is that he's very into football, because when I was playing Harrow in Paradise, like, you know, probably like a few months back, I'll probably say, because I was doing like a house for him, and his house appreciated his little personality a bit, because obviously maybe not his starter house that he has on the island might not be that useful, but when you do it on Harrow in Paradise, it brings their dreams come true. Maybe he's more of a football fan that we haven't noticed yet, so that's what I mean by that. He might be a football fan, so that's why I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10, because he's got a personality, and I think one day maybe his house interior, like, you know, on the other islands might not be that perfect, but when you play it on Harry in Paradise, it shows their personality even more, so that's what I mean by that. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So the next one is Ione. Well, the thing is, Ione's got like a bit of a funny thing about her. One thing, she goes in the dark, and I did not know that, because I was watching a video the other day and it happened. I thought, wow, she glows in the dark. Oh, that's pretty unique, isn't it? The thing is, so you know her little towel on, you know, in the left-hand corner, it looks like it's a bit, you know, like it's got a bit of glitter, and she looks quite different a little bit. It's like a glittery, starry sort of towel. But the thing is, that's sort of unique a little bit. That's why she's going to get a 9 or 10 out of me, because I know for sure that even though she's a normal villager, I thought she would look like a snow villager in my looks, because I thought Ione's like a posh name, but apparently it's not. It's actually going to be a normal villager, and I thought, wow, that's okay. I don't mind if she's a normal villager or what, because Ione's definitely special, isn't she, in everybody's hearts, isn't she? She's like, you know, one of the best ones you'd ever want on your island. Well, for me, I'm not sure about it, but I do like her that much. But at the same time, let's get to the next one. So my next one is Taishan. Well, the thing is, Taishan's got a bit of a funny thing about him. Sometimes he's in his house cooking a lovely recipe, and you think, oh, that smells delicious. I quite like his recipe. Or he's hanging someone over, hanging like a little friend with him that comes into his house every day. That's what I mean by it, because he's quite friendly. He's quite sweet. He looks quite different, and plus he looks like the one from Monkey King, because I know for sure that all the references in some of the games sometimes have a reference to a few things. But obviously for me, I'm giving him a 10 out of 10, because he's one of my favourites, and I hopefully he goes to tier 1 by this month, hopefully, because I feel really bad for Taishan in a way, because he deserves to be tier 1, because he's very special. He's different from some of the monkeys. I know not all monkeys are everyone's favourite, are they? But Taishan is, and that's what I mean by that. So let's get to the next one. So my next one is Decepticbot. Obviously, he's a smug villager, because one thing is he looks quite, cool, doesn't he, Decepticbot? He looks different, but obviously he looks like a robot. So if you look at Sprocket and Ribbot, they're both robots. And I think it's good that he fits the vibe as well. So it means we've got 3 robots in the game now, even though he's an octopus as well. So there's a little thin chances that you get more of the octopus when you do, like, villager hunts. And for sure, you think, oh, I've seen every octopus today. Oh man. Well, the thing is, he does make me laugh, Zettler, but I wish I could have him on my island, because he's very cool, he's very unique, even though he looks like another robot. But at the same time, we've got to have more robots in the game, isn't it, of different specific villages, so that's what I mean by that. And also, he's going to be, I'm going to rank him more likely a 9 out of 10, because he's like, he looks quite special, and I think everyone loves him, and I wish he was tier 1 as well, so that's what I mean by that. Let's get to the next one. So our next one is Azalea. Well, the thing is, Azalea, assembles a plant, doesn't she? Because obviously she's also a snoop villager, in my opinion. But obviously, I'm probably going to give her a high, which could probably be an 8, because one thing is, I like her design very much. And I like how they changed her name from Petunia to Azalea, because Azalea is a very good name to give, a snoop villager, in my opinion, because I think Petunia gave her, a little bit of bad vibes, I think. That's why they've changed it, so I can't blame them for changing it, The same with Fret, for example, because Fret's name was what then they had to change for a second, because obviously he had champagne. Well, that was his original name, but that was because it was related to something that was an alcoholic sort of drinks. That's what I mean. I like how they changed the names of these villagers, because it gives them a little bit of a purpose, That's what I mean by that. Let's get to the next one, shall. So our next one is Gwen, who's a sisterly villager. Well, the thing is, I thought she was supposed to look like a snooty village, because I was a bit confused when they changed the personality of some of these new villages, Because the thing is, I'm not really a big fan of Quinn by any means, but I was looking at a profile picture. She was actually going to give you the death stare, so that gave me bad vibes about her straight away. So that's why I'm going to give her a 2 out of 10. I know it's a little bit harsh, but if you guys do like her, please go high. If you don't, then just go low. That's what I mean by that. Let's get to the next one. So our next one is Roswell. Well, the thing is, Roswell has this sort of creepy vibe going around him a little bit, because design, it looks a bit off-putting, and plus his eyes twitch. When you've got someone that twitches their eyes so much, you feel like, oh man, he's giving me the creeps, I don't want him on my eye. Well, he's like that, and I don't like him that much. That's why I'm giving him a 3 out of 10, because I'm not really a big fan of him that much, by any means as well. So that's what I'm going to say about him, really. But let's get to the next one, shall we? Or I'll say the last one, really. So our last one is Ace. But the thing is, Ace is not one of my favourite jock villagers all the time, because the thing is, it's his design that puts me off. Because if you look at his eyes, the eyes give me this little creepy little vibe that I can't get over with. And the thing is, he gives me that creepy vibe again. I don't think I can stand him for a while. So that's why he feels a bit he's going to feel like he's going to start chopping you down or something. But the thing is, I don't really like him that much. That's why I'm giving him 1 out of 10 today, because he's so creepy. Even though you might disagree, because if you do like Ace, please give him a high. You can literally disagree with me right now. If you guys do agree with me, then go low. I don't mind what you guys think about it, okay? That's what I mean, really.